We welcome you to the Pacific Northwest, Spokane, Washington, the site of this matchup between two of the league's hottest teams. Spokane Velocity welcomes Texoma. This match presented by KREM 2 News, a combined 17-match unbeaten run between these two teams as we welcome you in on ESPN+. John Gross with you on this Wednesday evening. Spokane Velocity enters today on fire. 11 in a row without a loss. The last loss all the way back on March 22nd. 8-1-4 overall this season. Now this team has gotten the job done with its defense, leading the league with a league best 0.6 goals against average. A lot of these matches have been close, however. 6 of the 8 wins this season for Spokane Velocity have been one-goal victories. So it hasn't been like this team has been dominating match over match. They've just been so consistent throughout the season. And you won't find a more resurgent team in the league so far than Texoma. A lackluster start to the season. Winless in 7 straight to open up Texoma's inaugural campaign, but a different story the last 6 matches. 4-0-2, 6-match unbeaten streak. Last loss for Texoma was back on May 3rd. This team is feeling really good about themselves. Confidence sky high, according to acting head coach Ben Clarvis. Playing some great soccer. Even this past weekend, nearly took down a high-level USL Championship team in Phoenix Rising. This matchup also pits two of the league's best goalkeepers against one another. And we start with Velocity's Carlos Mirancio. The native of Mexico leads the league in save percentage, goals against average. Now he's only 8th in saves per match, which tells you that the team in front of him has defended very well, but has a league-leading 6 clean sheets this season, has been stellar between the pipes for Velocity. And for Texoma, when the winning started was really when Javier Garcia was inserted as the starting goalkeeper. This is his first season actually being a full-time starting goalkeeper as a professional. He's 2nd in the league in save percentage, 3rd in goals against average, 16 saves, 2 clean sheets in 6 appearances. Texoma will be tested today. Garcia will have to come up big for them. Spokane Velocity and Texoma met earlier this season. It was a 4-1 win for Velocity, but this is a brand new Texoma side. We'll have lineups and kickoff for you coming up in a moment, presented by KREM 2 News. More to every story.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Spokane Velocity, take a look at their starting 11, brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. And for Lee Vinman and company. 5 changes from the team's last League One match. Most notably, Neil Vignoles getting his second start of the season, and Anwar Pelaez returning to the starting 11 atop the formation. We had seen Nico Brett the last 3 league matches, but now it's Pelaez back atop the formation. 6 goals this season to lead his team. And for Texoma, just 2 changes from the last USL League One match. No Solomon Asante, he is still out with an injury, so that's a change. Diego Pepe, also watch out for him on the bench. He started, played the full 90, and had a brace in his first match in 3 months in Saturday's 5-4 loss against Phoenix Rising of USL Championship. So he's somebody who can certainly provide a spark for acting head coach Ben Clarvis off the bench today. And we say acting head coach Ben Clarvis because Adrian Forbes is suspended for this match, issued a red card at the tail end of the Charlotte Independence match in the Texoma prior match in league play against Charlotte. That was an epic 3-2 win for Los Pájaros. 6 in a row without a loss for Texoma, 11 straight without a loss for Spokane Velocity. 2 of the league's hottest teams going head-to-head tonight, meeting number 2 this season. John Gross with you on this Wednesday evening as we wrap up this 3-match Wednesday night in USL League One. First 2 matches, not all too competitive. 2-0 win for AV Alta over Portland, and a 3-0 win for Greenville Triumph over Westchester. Spokane in the White Kits, 8-1-4 on the season, unbeaten in 11 straight matches. That is the 5th longest unbeaten streak in league history. Chattanooga holds that record, 15 in a row without a loss back in 2021. This 11-match unbeaten streak, just the 8th unbeaten streak of 10 or more matches in league history. The prior 7 teams all made the playoffs. And of course, Spokane sitting atop the table, 4 points clear of Charlotte for 2nd place. So in a prime position as we make our way towards the latter portion of the 2025 season. Velocity coming off of a 2-0 loss on Saturday against Las Vegas Lights. As this is tapped, but well played as Calfo rolls it away. Not a convincing clearance. Here's Vignoles, sends it across, and knotted out for a corner. But it was that 2-0 loss on Saturday which ended Velocity's chances of advancing in Jaeger Cup play. The last League One match for Spokane Velocity was a 1-0 win over Richmond Kickers. Nico Brett, the lone goal scorer. And it's our first ICCU corner kick of the match. ICCU, your financial success fan club. As the sun beats down, an early corner fisted away by Garcia. McManus gives chase and a throw-in coming for Velocity. Javier Garcia making his 8th start of the season across all competitions. He's been the starter for this team in league play since May 10th. He has been a big part of this turnaround. 6 in a row without a loss after 7 straight winless to start the season. Another corner kick brought to you by ICCU. Akale slides it across, and McManus will lift it clear. About 4 minutes into this one, and Velocity have controlled the entirety of possession so far. And that is somewhat to be expected given how Texoma plays. Second to last in possession stats in the league, as Lucky Opara couldn't quite get there. Opara, 7th in the league in chances created. The man who's 2nd in the league in chances created, Luis Heel, also plays for Spokane Velocity, but is not in the starting 11 today. He is, however, available for selection as a substitute. Velocity on this remarkable 11-match unbeaten run atop the table since May 4th. Second-year head coach Lee Wiedman said the big focal point this offseason for the club was making the squad deeper, shoring up some key positions as well. He feels they've done that well, and here's a promising moment early as it's lifted ahead, and Garcia falls on it. Javier Garcia, the McAllen, Texas native. He has played the entirety of his professional soccer career in Texas. Previously with USL Championship sides RGV and El Paso Locomotive. First chance in the attacking third for Texoma as Mirancio brings it in. Carlos Mirancio, we touched on him of the open, leads the league in save percentage. 78%, leads the league in goals against average, a mere 0.6, but that is credit to the 10 players ahead of him as well. He is only 8th in saves per game. This Spokane Velocity side that defends so well front to back. And that ball misplayed by Luke McCormick, who was battling the sun. That far side of the pitch still very much in direct sunlight. Texoma on the heels of a wild 5-4 loss against Phoenix Rising. The most goals scored in a Jaeger Cup match in the 2 years of the competition's existence. Texoma led 3 separate times, as that's knotted away. McCormick brings it in, and it's won right back by Velocity. But a match that Texoma certainly could have won, but still a lot to be proud of to go toe-to-toe against one of the better USL Championship sides in Phoenix Rising. Before that, it was that 3-2 win over Charlotte Independence. What a sojourn forward this is. Akale. Waldeck forced to play back. Roughly 8 minutes into this one, it is still 0-0. Lifted along. Jome able to keep it in play. Marked by Preston Kilwine. There's Neil Vignals. Vignals dashes through the area, taken off of it, and cleared away. But Vignals making just his 2nd start of the season. He has been one of the best midfielders in the league in recent seasons. That has taken a more limited role on this season with Spokane Velocity. Akale. Akale again. Garcia rolls it through, cut away by Kilwine, and a throw coming. Here's Vignals, a prolific USL League One career, multi-time All-League player. Just shows the depth that this Spokane Velocity side possess when you have somebody like Vignals primarily coming off the bench for you this season. Akale. This is lovely from Akale. Akale lifts it across, hangs out for a goal kick. Masongo Akale, who signed with Spokane Velocity last summer after featuring initially as a trialist in the club's friendly against Guadalajara's U23s. Making his 5th start of the season. Another one of those guys who is starting today who did not start last league match. This press causing some issues for Texoma. There is the Minneapolis native Akale. That last name sounds familiar. It's for good reason. His brother Makwele has some experience in USL League One, only with Tormenta. This is lovely interplay and a corner on the way, brought to you by ICCU. Ten minutes through, still 0-0. And a 3rd corner kick on the way for Spokane Velocity. Again, it's Vignals. And first a whistle. Ryan Farrell is our match referee tonight. Having a word with Garcia and Ishjome. Vignals sprays it in, fisted away by Garcia. Velocity win it back courtesy of Akale. Possession stats roughly 78% to Velocity, 22% to Texoma. Angling feed, cut away by Kilowine. Joe recovers. Lifted into the area, and that'll trickle out for another goal kick. Joma, lovely back heel. You can see just how connected these players are. There was a level of connectivity with the Spokane Velocity side that you maybe don't always see with many teams across the league. Even at this point of the season, about midway through, they just seem to be on the same page better than most. And a large part of that is because of how many players came back from last year's team. 13 returners from the inaugural Spokane Velocity team last year, back this season. Meanwhile, Texoma in its inaugural season in league history. There's Ajmir Spangler, who has been instrumental this season for Texoma, wins the free kick. 5 goals and 4 assists for Spangler in league play. Let's take a look at our keys to the game presented by Ford. And for Spokane, it's simple. Defensively, you've been so good this season, you have to limit Texoma's transition opportunities. They thrive on counters, 2nd lowest possession stats in the league. And for Texoma, the conversion rate has been through the roof as of late. 35% conversion rate for Texoma in the last 5 matches. Compare that to the league average of 16%. So that is a major reason why this team has been so successful as of late, as it's lifted in. Not at central. And Mirancio will watch it roll out for a goal kick. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you Caruso's, the Burger Dog, Flat Steak Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Vignol's able to win it back for Velocity. Merancio in some trouble. Forced to loft it away. It is left out wide for Akale. So dangerous going 1v1. Masango Akale! Just high. So much quality from him on this left wing. Akale, now you see me, now you don't. Perkins able to shade over just enough to make that window a little bit tighter. Akale hasn't scored yet this season, but you can see the quality that he brings. Ball won back by Spangler. Surges ahead, Spangler rolls it through, and it is hit off target by Maciek Bortniczuk. There is Ben Clarvis, the acting head coach today for Texoma. He was initially hired as the club's academy director, then promoted to assistant coach. He does have head coaching experience, though, previously at the USL 2 level with the Denton Diablos. Also an assistant coach at multiple colleges for the native of England who came to the US to play his college soccer at Midwestern State. And he's filling in for Adrian Forbes, who has done a masterful job turning around this Texoma team. And I asked Ben Clarvis, is the preparation any different heading into this match, given that you are now the one in charge? And he said no. Coach Forbes does a good job of making sure everyone, top to bottom, is on the same page in the organization. Poor giveaway at the back here. Calais. Jome hits it and sails it for a goal kick. The USL on CBS kicks off in July with a hot showdown at the Championship Eastern Conference. Last season's final runner-up, Rhode Island FC, takes on Northeast rival Hartford Athletic on Saturday, July 19th at 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Here's Perkins. Plenty of green to work with for Will Perkins. McCormick slots one across. Spangler brings it in. Ajmir Spangler turned away. Great save by Merancio. Suddenly Texoma finding itself in this one. But what a save by Carlos Merancio. Leading the league in save percentage for a reason. Jome couldn't get there as it stabbed away. Bortniczuk gives it back. Lifted long by Garcia. And Javier Garcia brings it in. McManus. These two sides met earlier this season, back on April 13th. A 4-1 dominant result in favor of Spokane Velocity. But since then, Texoma just one loss. A remarkable turnaround. I had a chance to speak with Adrian Forbes last week about the turnaround. He said, we finally had our full squad available. There were some visa delays, some injuries. And you see just what this team looks like when they are at full strength. As we look back at this last chance by Ajmir Spangler, who has been sensational this season. What an individual effort, showing off the strength, the technical ability, nearly able to put it past Mirancio. There he is. He has contributed to 9 of Texoma's 16 league goals this season. Kilawine, Bortnichuk. Spengler flicks it through. Well defended and lofted clear by Miller. Opara will toss this back into play. What a season it has been for the Nigerian Opara. 7th in the league in chances created. A guy who had a lot of success with Northern Colorado Hailstorm, but has been tremendous in his first year with Spokane Velocity. Perkins knocks it out for a throw. Here's Waldeck. He's really blossomed this season. First year as a full-time starter in the league. Probably 6th year as a starter, a veteran. There's the aforementioned Waldeck once more. Waldeck, a lot of contact as Akale goes down. No whistle from Ryan Farrell. And here comes Bortnichuk. Tried to slip it through, you can see the idea, but Miller had it well defended. Jome works on Kilawine. Opara. Denton, back for Opara. Denton again, squares it. Couldn't follow it up. And here comes Spengler, leading the charge. This is where Texoma thrives. All these counters. And it is well defended by Spokane Velocity. And Bortnichuk couldn't quite get there. Remember, both of these teams played on Saturday, so a quick turnaround for both sides. Spokane Velocity don't play again until July 16th, but Texoma have a match on Saturday. So Los Pajaros in the midst of their first ever 3-match week in club history. Long toss, well read, but it comes to Bortnichuk. Lee Wiedman, Spokane Velocity head coach, really emphasized how his team was focusing on recovery in the last couple of days. He called that match against Las Vegas just absolutely grueling. The extreme temperatures, everything that went into it, just how the match went down. Rest and recovery, major focal points for Velocity in the last couple of days. Perkins surges. Chavez, who hasn't left the pitch in league play this season. McCormick powers it across, and it's headed out for a corner. First ICCU corner kick of the match for Texoma, as you see Lee Wiedman and company. Lee Wiedman, the inaugural head coach in Velocity history. Liverpool native who has some significant experience at the USL level, USL Championship with Charleston Battery. Led them to an appearance in the final. Teddy Baker will send this one in. First corner of the night for Texoma. Baker in swinger. Headed out for a throw. Perkins ready for a long toss here. Perkins heaves it into the area. Headed out and cleared by Akale. Baker plays it ahead. McManus brings it in. Back heel for McCormick. Leaves it central. Baker dances and he's dispossessed. A lovely challenge from Andre Lewis. Rolled forward, and Kilwine will wisely let that trickle out for a goal kick. Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our charity of the month. It's more than a home, it's a way to give back. Please visit windermerefoundation.com. As that strike turned away, stays with Vignals. Vignals again denied his service. Para. Para once more. His feet intercepted by Ozzy Ramos. After a first 10 or so minutes that was dominated possession-wise by Velocity, Texoma have certainly seen its fair share of the ball in the last 15 or so minutes. This is promising here. It's Bortnichuk. Bit of space to work with. Maciek Bortnichuk turned away. Comes out to Jome, who is tackled by Bortnichuk. And that will be our first booking of the match, a clear-cut yellow. And Jome brought down. Bortnichuk the tackle. Wrong football. That feed cut away. Bortnichuk rolls ahead, looking for McManus, who had a goal and an assist in that 5-4 loss against Phoenix Rising, which, again, despite the result, I think should show anybody who still does not believe that this Texoma team is legit, that they are, in fact, legit. But another opportunity to prove the doubters and the naysayers wrong tonight for Texoma against the league leaders in Spokane Velocity. This is also a matchup of an expansion club, a first-year team in Texoma, against a second-year club in Spokane Velocity, who have had a boatload of success since day one. Last year, getting to the league final. This season, top of the table since May 4th. Which brings up an interesting point. We are in July now. I'll get to that in a moment as Garcia brings it in. As we enter July, this is the first time in league history that entering July, 0 previous championship winners are above the playoff line. Meanwhile, 3 of the 5 expansion teams, including Texoma, are above the playoff line. It just shows that you do not know what to expect in this league sometimes. There is some real parity with some of these new teams coming on in. And the typical league powers certainly have things to figure out. Bortnichuk turns and strikes. And Mirancio has another save. Bortnichuk certainly involved in the first 30 or so minutes. And there was a point earlier this season speaking with Adrian Forbes about Bortnichuk, and he said we have to find ways to get him more involved. Seemingly that has come as this season has progressed. He has 2 assists on the year. He's been a regular starter for this side. He has had his fair share of touches in the attacking third today. Vinyals. There's Garcia, the native of Mallorca, Spain. All the way to Javier Garcia. Ramos finds Spangler. Spangler powers it ahead. That ball skips through. McManus lost track of it. Just barely broken up by Cameron Miller. And a physical challenge results in a free kick. Elite Minds. Unlock your mind, unlock your game. Visit our website today. Inside the final 15 of this first 45, Spokane Velocity unbeaten in 11 straight matches, atop the table in the league. Meanwhile, Texoma unbeaten in 6 in a row. Vinyals. Akale. Lewis leaves it central. You can see the idea there to dummy it through. And here comes a mad dash for McCormick. Despite the sizable possession edge for Velocity, the more dangerous chances have favored Texoma. Texoma +2 in shots, +2 in shots on target. XG numbers in their favor. And even in touches in the opposition's box. 4 for Texoma, just 3 for Velocity. And this is what Texoma have done so well this season, making the most of its possession. Akale rolls it wide. Waldeck making that run, gets there, plenty of space for service. Waldeck lifts it in and sails it. Kept in play by Jome. What hustle this is, but Jome is whistled. Chuck goes down. Jome, the native of the Gambia, who moved at a young age to Blaine, Minnesota, which is where he was raised. But this match actually features the only two Gambian players in USL League One. Ish Jome, as you see him on your screen, and Lamine Jounet from Texoma, who is available as a substitute today. Jome has experience on the Gambian national team. The Gambia is the smallest country in continental Africa. Just about 4,000 square miles, population about 2 million. McManus underway momentarily, gives it right back. Akale. Look at all the eyeballs that he draws. Waldeck slots it through. Knocked away and Baker settles. One-two broken up well by Cameron Miller. Vinyals. Lovely feed. Opara gets there. Leaves it short. Denton. Lewis into space. Lewis finds Opara and wins a corner. The USL on ESPN2. Watch July 11th as West Coast rivals take to the field to fight for valuable Western Conference Championship points. Monterey Bay FC battles California rival Orange County SC Friday, July 11th at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Offside flag was raised, so Javier Garcia will restart the action. There is a significantly different flavor to this match than what we saw about 2.5 months ago, right here at One Spokane Stadium when Velocity ran away with things, a 4-1 win over Texoma. But the Texoma team of April 13th is drastically different than the Texoma team of July 2nd. And Lee Veidman recognizes that, gave a lot of credit to his Texoma coaching staff. As Akale works on Perkins, dodges multiple defenders. Akale knocks it ahead right to Garcia. Throw-in coming for Velocity. Final minutes of this first 45 here at One Spokane Stadium. These supporters still coming out on a Wednesday night. This is a club that has been near the top of the league in terms of attendance numbers since the start of its existence last year. As Vinyals has space, Vinyals turned away right at Garcia. Neil Vignals making his presence felt in this one, just his second start of the season. But he's been very involved. That time, knocked it right at Javier Garcia. Vignals, a two-time All-League player. Former Richmond kicker standout. Free kick on the way. As McManus is down. And McManus will require additional medical attention. It was Miller who went airborne with Brandon McManus. McManus, somebody who has already etched his name in Texoma lore. Scored the club's first ever goal, came in an Open Cup match, and the club's first ever league goal. Good to see him back on his feet. And there is that aspect of this bunch of players and coaches having the opportunity to make history and to set the standard for what Texoma is and what Texoma will be for years to come. And the team that Texoma is playing tonight, a model for what these expansion teams can look like. Spokane Velocity, just the second year of its existence, but has already reached a final last season. This year, top of the table. And that man right there, Lee Wiedman, he gave all the credit to this club's early success in its first 2 years to the quality of people that they brought in. He said, no egos. Everyone here is involved, is all for the team. And that's something that they focus on with their recruitment efforts, bringing in good people. And he said they do everything from watching film, looking at body language, how do guys react when things go poorly during matches. They talk to previous coaches, they talk to players who may have played with those players. Intensive research to find out if they can fit the culture of just being a good person. And Wiedman said that's what this Velocity club is built on. And Jome has to change his kit. And he's now wearing 71. So the spare jersey comes into play, and free kick on the way for Velocity. Lumber Beer Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue. Open 7 days a week. Again, a free kick. Ozzy Ramos, the culprit. Pelaya's the one slow to his feet. Pelaya's, who was used as a substitute the last 3 matches, now getting the start today. It had been Nico Brett starting in that striker spot. But Lee Wiedman said Pelaya's handles the situation like a pro. He said, of course, he's disappointed by not starting, but just wanted to understand why. He's had no problem coming off the bench. Team first guy. But he does lead this team with 6 goals, good for 3rd in the league. Here's Bortnichuk. Blasted ahead. McCormick races after it. Waldeck gets there first. Spengler tries to wrap around, couldn't do so. Denton zigs ahead and goes down. And a card comes out. Ozzy Ramos has been booked. 2 yellows, both against Texoma, Ramos and Bortnichuk.
Yellow card given to Texoma in the 44th minute. Number 3, Ozzy Ramos.
It's given away. A throw in coming for McCormick as we march towards stoppage time. Scoreless in this much anticipated match. Two teams on prolonged unbeaten runs. Velocity 11 in a row without a loss. Texoma 6 straight without a loss. 4-0-2 in that stretch. As Mirancio will pop it out for a throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth officials indicated a minimum of 2 minutes.
2 minutes of added time.
This stoppage time is brought to you by Equalizing Casino Resort and Hotel.
Book your stay today at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Lewis, Vinyals, Waldeck slaps it in. Waldeck's ball knocked away, and Bortnichuk taps it ahead. Here comes McCormick, working central, plays through. Oh, what a back heel! Back to McCormick. Finds Bortnichuk. Bortnichuk couldn't get a clean look off. And a throw into the way. Well, that build-up was a thing of beauty. The through ball for McCormick, and then the back heel as Kilwine will saunter ahead to toss it in. Likely the last chance of this first half. Spangler. Baker lifts it in. Waldeck heads it clear. Lofted along in a mad dash forward, and it's Garcia well off his line. Has to hustle back. There's an open net. Does Vinyals realize it? And Garcia now backtracking. Vinyals dashes through. Vinyals! What a goal! It's the veteran. Sensational. His first of the season comes in grand fashion. And in the dying embers of first half stoppage time, Neil Vinyals gives Velocity the edge. He had the open net initially, instead said, let me do this. Bottom corner. Drop dead gorgeous for Neil Vinyals. Just his second start of the season, has his first goal of the year, and it's a beauty. Velocity, just before the halftime whistle, take the edge. And that's it for the first 45. An exhilarating way to end things if you're Spokane Velocity. And a disappointing conclusion for Texoma, but we still have 45 minutes left to play. And as it stands, that man, the difference maker. First half stoppage time. Neil Vinyals. A sensational strike to give his team the 1-0 edge. As we wrap up the first half of play in this much anticipated battle of surging squads in USL League One. Spokane Velocity unbeaten in 11 straight. Texoma 6 straight without a loss. And as it stands, Velocity the 1-0 edge. It's halftime in Spokane, Washington. Stick with us, brought to you by Creme News, more to every story.
true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Halftime in Spokane, Washington, brought to you by Creme 2 News. More to every story. Velocity, a 1-0 advantage over Texoma, and that one goal came in the final seconds of the first half. Neil Vignals, his first of the season, just his second start of the year, but showing that the League One veteran, still a high-level player in the league. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you, Caruso's, the Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. That's a great selection of restaurants, so make sure to scan that QR code. All right, this is the third match of 3 matches on this Wednesday night. We start off with a duel of 2 expansion sides. Portland welcoming AB Alta. In the 39th minute, it's Jerry Desdoon who bags one. And then to the 77th minute, the substitute, Walmer Martinez, gets on the board as well. Beautiful interplay. Martinez, well-hit ball from outside the area. Able to put it home. AB Alta picks up the win. They've also been on an impressive unbeaten run, finding their stride as this season progresses. And then in Westchester, New York, Westchester, another first-year side, welcoming Greenville Triumph. We start things off in the 9th minute. Rodrigo Robles, a mad dash, catches the keeper off his line. Made it 1-0, then just a few minutes later, foul in the area, point to the spot. And Chapa Herrera does what Chapa Herrera does, that is score goals. Made it 2-0. And then to the 43rd, again a penalty. Leo Castro goes down. And it was the first goal scorer, Robles, who secures his break to make it 3-0 the final. Let's take a look at USL All Access for more around the league.
This week on USL All Access, is it really possible that an end-of-year meeting in 2019 helped shape and shift the entire championship transfer market? Head coach Ben Pierman of the Charleston Battery joins us to say, yes, we got Jägermeister Cup action for you. Mike and I break down the groups as they approach their final match day in this interleague tournament, and the USL Championship takes the national stage. Multiple games on CBS Sports Network this week. We'll break them down for you.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador Spiked Bebidas.
Switchbacks up 1-0. Slotted toward goal. A flying start for Charleston Battery at home.
The score through 45 minutes. Halftime brought to you by Creme 2 News. More to every story. And the home faithful smiles right now with the 1-0 advantage at halftime. Scan now and you will win. Lumber Beer Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue. Open 7 days a week. Let's take a look at some news and notes from We'll take a break. When we get back, we'll get you set for half number 2. 45 more minutes left to play. Spokane Velocity and Texoma, 2 surging sides. Halftime continues after this on ESPN+.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too. For part 2 of their inaugural season, you could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
It's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
Halftime in Spokane, Washington. Spokane Velocity 1, Texoma 0. Halftime brought to you by Creme 2. More to every story. All right, let's take a look at the first half highlights. It was the first half that, for the most part, was scoreless until the final seconds. We'll get to that in a moment, but a lot of hype leading into this match. 11 in a row unbeaten for Spokane Velocity. 6 straight unbeaten in league play for Texoma. Again, these highlights brought to you by Creme 2 News. Ajmir Spangler had a go, turned away by Carlos Mirancio. We go on to the 30th minute. Again, Texoma with the chance as Ramos leaves it for Bortnichuk. And Mirancio, another save. And then in stoppage time, Garcia well off of his line. There's an open net for the moment, but instead of risking it, Vinyals takes it himself. And look at this. Lovely bit of skill, creates separation, and bangs it home. His first of the season on the final kick of the first half. Puts Spokane Velocity in front. Gorgeous goal. And he gives his team the edge as they march into the dressing room. First half stats, fairly even in the shots department. Velocity +1, shots on target are even. Possession-wise, dominant by Spokane Velocity, which is to be expected given how these two sides play. Corner kicks in favor of Velocity as well. Then the 2 yellow cards, something to watch for the second half. Ozzy Ramos and Maciek Bortnichuk both booked in the first half. What a night it is in Spokane, Washington. Spokane, actually the largest city between Seattle and Minneapolis, and it did not have a pro soccer team until last year. And in short order, this city has become home to one of the premier soccer sides in USL League One. Last year, league runner-up. This season, top of the table. Win, lose, or draw will stay that way at least through tonight, but as it stands, in line for a victory, and already more wins this season than last year. So what a season it has been, but still work to do for Velocity to try to extend this unbeaten run to 12 in a row and close in on Chattanooga's all-time record of 15 straight matches without a loss back in 2021. John Gross with you on this Wednesday night, wrapping up this 3-match Wednesday slate in USL League One. Velocity in the white kits, Texoma in the black kits. Akale, Waldeck now. There's David Garcia, native of Mallorca, Spain, a product of the Mallorca Youth Academy. Parra couldn't get there, and Angelo Calfo wisely lets it roll out. And for Calfo, a bit of a homecoming, playing today in his home state of Washington, though he is a Seattle, Washington native. About a 4-hour drive. Seattle on the western part of the state, Spokane, eastern portion of the state. We have 2 balls on the pitch. Ryan Farrell, our match referee, getting things sorted out. And he's ordering Perkins back a few paces. Free kick on the way for Texoma. Jack Denton came in with the challenge, the London native. Launch long, easily knocked away for Denton. Denton, who came through the Reading Academy, came to the U.S. to play his college soccer at Missouri State. Very strong men's soccer program. Was the 2-time Missouri Valley Conference Midfielder of the Year. Now in his 2nd year as a pro. Akale leaves it ahead. Waldeck slots it central. Ball stays loose and cradled by Garcia. The combination between Akale and Waldeck on that left side has been so dangerous all season, especially today. There's Baker, volleys it ahead, finds Bortnichuk in stride. Blocked by Opara. Bortnichuk powers it to nobody. And a throw in on the way. At the very least, this does allow Texoma to set up its press very high up, and they do win the ball back. Here's Perkins. Heads out for a goal kick. Again, this is a very different type of match than what we saw when these sides played earlier this season. That was a 4-1 win for Spokane Velocity. And when I asked assistant coach and today acting head coach Ben Clarvis about what his team was focusing on for this match, he put it pretty clearly. He said one of the big things is just proving to everyone else how far we've come these last few months. To me, it has been evident with the results this team has already picked up, just how far this side has come, that they are absolutely a legit quality squad in USL League One. But for those who still doubt, for those who still have questions, the result tonight against Spokane Velocity should answer some of those questions. Chavez angles ahead, routed away by Opara, and a throw coming. There's Bortnichuk. 1-2 back from Maciek Bortnichuk. Goes down. It's a clean challenge as Lewis leaves it ahead. Here comes Akale. With 2 on him. Somehow stays with it. Jome, who is back wearing his normal number 15. He had the 71 on. Had to swap out his jersey earlier in the first half, but back to wearing his normal 15. Opara. Jome. As Opara on the overlap, leaves it for him. Opara couldn't bring it in. Did make its way over the end line for a goal kick. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Take it back by Pelaez. Vinyals dispossessed. Opara leaves it central, takes a deflection, and heads out for a corner. Let's take one more look at it. The press causing issues for Texoma. See who that last came off of. Came off of a Texoma player, nearly an own goal. And it's an ICCU corner kick. Your financial success fan club. Down Texoma player. It is Preston Kilwine. Kilwine stumbled over Opara as he was crossing this. Watch right side of your screen. Opara goes down. Kilwine gets caught up as Opara goes down. Kilwine, a League One veteran, over 10,000 professional minutes. Most recently playing with South Georgia Tormenta. So an ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. It's Vinyals who scored the decisive goal as of now in first half stoppage time. Sends it in, headed down, rolled away, and struck just over the crossbar. Andre Lewis had a hit, and Andre Lewis skied it. From right around 18. An unconvincing clearance, and Lewis, the one-time effort. There's Kilwine. Garcia. Opara, one taps ahead. Comes out to Maciek Bortnichuk. Leaves it for Spengler, dashes on. Ajmer Spengler goes down. Advantage played. It's brought in by McCormick. Bortnichuk leaves it for Baker. McManus pops it across. McManus ball headed right at Mirancio. Prime opportunity for Ajmer Spengler, who has been clinical this season, but he could not at home. It all started right here with this run from Spengler. Texoma just so fun to watch in transition. Such quick passing, very fluid. That's where their bread's been buttered this season when it comes to scoring goals. Those transition opportunities. Texoma's had a flurry of chances today in that capacity, but nothing to show for it just yet. Opara hangs one across. Had it away. Bortnichuk could not it free. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Kale tangles up with Chavez. Here's Garcia. Nearing the hour mark, we have not seen any changes yet from either Texoma nor Velocity. When will those changes come? Here's Jome. Denton. Waldeck sends it in, and Pelaya's nearly headed it home. Again, it's been that action on that left channel. Denton finding Waldeck. Pelaya's just off target. It's a poor giveaway by Spengler. Denton. Jome. Akale. Akale! Goal kick on the way. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you Caruso's, The Burger Duck, Flat Sticks Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. McCormick, Spengler back from McCormick, turns on the Jets. Look, McCormick dashes ahead, leaves it wide, pops central, and sent out for a corner. Dangerously so, if I might say. A ball that seemingly had its eyes set in the back of the net, but ended up being wide. It was Perkins' ball that caused that deflection. And just past the hour mark, it is a corner kick for Texoma. Just its second of the night. Brought to you by ICCU. And it's Ozzy Ramos to send this in. Ramos, high delivery. Chavez heads it down. That's cleared away. Those two guys, Ramos and Chavez, former teammates with Central Valley Fuego.
Substitution for Texoma, leading the match, number 7, Brandon.
And here is our first change of the match, and it's Brandon McManus who will exit, replaced by Diego Pepe. El Trencito, as they call him. He had a brace on Saturday in his first match in over 3 months. against Phoenix Rising. 2 goals in the first 45. A man who had surgery in April after suffering an injury. Spent a few weeks recovering and then training with FC Dallas. His parent club, now he's on loan from FC Dallas with Texoma. As Bortnichuk gives it away. So what kind of impact can Pepe have in the final 30 minutes of this one? Had a substantial impact in Saturday's match against Phoenix Rising. Denton. Jome. Opara keeps it in play. This cross sent out for a throw. Just the one change for Texoma. That's all we've seen for either team. And remember, Texoma being led by an assistant coach today. Ben Clarvis is the acting head coach. As it's rolled ahead, McCormick surges after it, and Mirancio gets there first. First half stoppage time goal by Neil Vignal's the difference. As it stands, Velocity en route to its 12th straight match without a loss. Meanwhile, Texoma unbeaten in 6 in a row, trying to extend that remarkable run after a slow start as Baker lifts it ahead. Bortnichuk equalizes! What a ball and what a finish! It's his first goal, and Maciek Bortnichuk draws Texoma level. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a better ball than this week. Baker serves it on a platter, and Bortnichuk, the one-time finish. What a delivery, and a clinical equalizer from Maciek Bortnichuk, who powers it home. And just like that, Texoma, we've warned you all night. They are so quick in transition. And that is Texoma attacking to a T, folks. 64th minute leveler for that man, Maciek Bortnichuk. It's his first time playing in the United States. In fact, when I spoke to Adrian Forbes earlier this season about Maciek Bortnichuk, he said Bortnichuk is still adjusting to the heat in the U.S., especially down in Texas. He last played for Jagiellonia Białystok, and for reference, in Białystok, Poland, the average temperature this time of the year in July is about, the high is 73. In Sherman, Texas, the average high is 93, so you can see why it takes some adjusting for Bortnichuk, but he does have his first goal with Texoma. And what a goal it is to draw level against the top team in the league. Baker leaves it wide. Is there more brewing here? Perkins! Right at Mirancio. Fan soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all of your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. How does Spokane respond? Velocity unbeaten in 11 in a row. Quality ball to Waldeck. Waldeck sends it in towards Pelaez. Another threatening ball. And Calvo is down. Calvo holding that left leg of his. It will be a corner kick. So initially Garcia tried to hustle and put it down for a goal kick, but going to the corner flag. And it's a yellow card against Javier Garcia. This corner kick is brought to you by ICCU, your financial success fan club. Ball in from Vinyals. Headed back into the area towards Pelaez. He goes down. No whistle. And it heads out for a goal kick. Home faithful are not happy about it. Velocity fans, get match ready with the latest Velocity merchandise. Shop online or in the team store at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. Spangler stays on it. Spangler from distance. No trouble from Arancio. Nearing the final 20 minutes of this one. A 1-1 result would extend both sides' unbeaten streaks. Of course, Velocity and Texoma much more concerned about picking up a win tonight. Velocity eyeing that league record for unbeaten matches in a row. It is currently held by Chattanooga, 15 straight back in 2021. Vinyals leaves it central, and it took a deflection. Sent Garcia flying. And Kale does win the corner. Corner on the way for Derek Waldeck. It had been Vinyals taking many of these from the right flag. Those are outswingers. Now with the lefty taking it, should be an in-swinger. It is. Headed goalward! And just off target. Velocity adamant that there was a deflection. Nothing from Ryan Farrell, however. Let's get one more look at it. Ooh, did that hit the fingertips of Garcia? Elite Minds. Unlock your mind, unlock your game. Visit our website today. Jome wins it. Advantage played. What a tackle that is. It's Kilwine, who's been so stout defensively throughout his career. And Kilwine is down. Ryan Farrell will head on over to Preston Kilwine. We are in the latter portion of this match, and we still have only seen one substitution. Diego Pepe heading on for Brandon McManus for Texoma. A heavy Three Lions flavor to this coaching matchup. Ben Clarvis from Newton Abbot, England. Lee Wiedman, a Liverpudlian. He was from Liverpool, England. There is Ben Clarvis, the acting head coach today. Now we will see a change. Reed Valentine, who has been a starter for most of this season, heads on. Just the fourth time he's come on as a substitute. And he replaces Preston Kilwine, the 19-year-old from Dallas, Texas. Kilwine walking gingerly to the bench. So Valentine replaces Kilwine. Couple of changes for Velocity coming up. Siobhan John Brown and Pierre Reedy both standing next to the fourth official. There is Kilwine, whose night has come to an end. There was a little bit of shuffling with this back line tonight for Texoma. Again, Valentine, normally a starter. Started 9 of his now 13 appearances this season. Wow, Andre Lewis, lovely bit of skill. Here's Akale. Lewis finds Vinyals. Have to maneuver around Ryan Farrell. Ish Jome. Jome runs out of real estate. And here come the alterations for Spokane. First changes of the night for Velocity. Is Jome will exit. He's replaced by Siobhan John Brown, who has started 7 of the previous 8 matches he's played in this season. 2 goals and 2 assists for John Brown. Also departing is Masango Akale. He's replaced by Pierre Reedy. First time that Reedy has come on as a substitute this season. The joint team leader in assists. Second year Spokane man, Pierre Reedy, who missed the majority of last season with a torn labrum, but has had a resurgent 2025. No stranger to injuries, had 2 torn ACLs during his stellar college days at Penn State University. He's come back from this injury better than ever. As that is sent into the area, headed away. And here comes Baker leading the counter. Baker, his run broken up. What a tackle that was by Jack Denton. Opara. Back for Opara. John Brown tracks after it, couldn't quite get there. whiff on the header by McCormick. You watch Luke McCormick play, that is a man going at 100%. 100% of the time. Just a full head of steam every time he's around the ball and on the ball. Vignoles. Lovely through ball, Waldeck. Sends it across, not the best hit ball, but he does win a corner. It's another ICCU corner kick, the 8th of the night for Spokane Velocity. ICCU, your financial success fan club. Vignoles sends it in, ball stays loose, Garcia's down. It's cleared away. And Garcia now back in front of goal. Denton lifts it ahead and sends it out for a goal kick, and Garcia's down. Garcia was able to spring back to his feet in the midst of that play, but goes down again, now assisted. We did see in Saturday's Jägermeister Cup match, Aaron Seeger, who got the start, his first appearance of the season, had to leave prematurely with an injury. He sent him out at best. He was replaced by Mason McCready, who started the first 6 matches of the season for Texoma, before being replaced by the man on your screen, Javier Garcia. And there is McCready getting warmed up just in case. He came on last match after the injury to Aaron Seeger. Garcia back on his feet. Somebody who had never been a full-time starting goalkeeper as a professional before this season. And he entered this season as the backup goalkeeper. But he got an opportunity, and really since he became the starter is when things have turned around. That's not to say that it's his doing that things have changed so drastically, but it certainly doesn't hurt his case to be the starter, that this team has started to win and has just avoided losing since becoming the starter. This one seeps through as it's driven into the area. No trouble for Garcia. Back in by McCormick, hit from distance, off target. Ramos. Shanked effort, but an effort nonetheless. Inside the final 10 minutes. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157. North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app. Siobhan John Brown. Vignoles has the goal for Velocity. Miller leaves it wide for Waldeck. Lewis. Reedy serves it in. Reedy's ball headed away by Perkins. Bortnichuk in the follow-up. Velocity able to recover. Here's Apara. Apara, it's a skipping ball. And Valentine rolls it out for a throw. And a trio of changes on the way, including that man departing. Neil Vignoles, the goal scorer, came of the dying embers of the first half, but what a goal it was. Just his second start of the season. Now you see me, now you don't. Bottom corner, and he tucks it home. So his day comes to an end. Replaced by Luis Heel, who is normally a starter for this team, second in the league in chances created. Denton comes out, Colin Fernandez replaces him. And Nico Brett, who had started the last 3 matches in place of Anwar Pelaez, swaps on for the aforementioned Pelaez as it's lifted in towards Brett. Comes out to Heel, Heel rolls. Perkins cuts it away and clears. Here is Luis Heel. Tough to find many players in USL League One with the resume that man has, Luis Heel, including 2 US men's national team caps. Big win for the US. About an hour prior to the start of this match, the US taking down Guatemala 2-1 to advance to the Gold Cup final. Quickly tossed in. Here's McCormick, leaves it back. Ramos. Perkins. Baker plays it along. McCormick dashes after it. McCormick gets there, plays it back. It's Pepe! Oh, Diego Pepe. He had scored twice on Saturday. It's his first chance of this match to get on the score sheet. And it's a crafty ball for McCormick. Great vision by McCormick, leaving it back to Pepe. Thumbs up, and rightfully so, from Diego. Long ball, finds Siobhan John Brown. Has it knocked away. John Brown, member of the Grenada national team, just played with Grenada in its June World Cup qualifying window. Both matches were wins for Grenada, who fell just short of advancing to the final round of World Cup qualifying in CONCACAF. A goal differential, but a lot to be proud of for the Caribbean nation of Grenada. Apara heaves it in. Apara's ball headed, but first a foul. Lumber Beer Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. Final minutes of this one. 1-1 in a battle of 2 surging sides. Velocity unbeaten in a league best 11 straight, which is the 5th longest streak in League One history. Texoma, after going winless in its first 7, now unbeaten in 6 in a row. Los Pájaros hanging in there today without a USL veteran, Solomon Asante, who is out with an injury. And head coach Adrian Forbes suspended with the red card as it's taken away. And then knocked out for McCormick, who goes down. And Waldeck is whistled. Free kick in a threatening area. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Free kick on the way. We haven't seen many of these for Texoma in the attacking third. Ozzy Ramos stands over it.
Watch out for that turf snake. It'll bite you.
Ramos against the two-man wall of John Brown and Lewis. Ramos sends it in. Stays in the area. Knotted down and cleared free. Perkins punches ahead. And it heads out. Book your stay today at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Free kick coming for Velocity. This has the makings of one of those matches that can have an epic ending for two teams who are no strangers to playing in competitive matches. You look at Texoma, last two matches, both in Jägermeister Cup play, losing in stoppage time, but then before that, winning in stoppage time against Charlotte Independence. And I spoke to Adrian Forbes after that Independence match. He joked, you know, one of my biggest takeaways was to not get a red card in the final 10 minutes, to miss the exhilarating end of that match. But his team still came away with the win, a resilient side. As this is lifted ahead for Apara. Apara pops it central, but it was over the end line. While Texoma's had a recent run of competitive matches, Spokane, 6 of its 8 wins this season have been 1-goal wins, so a fair share of close ones for the home side as well. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Galazzo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Apara, 5 minutes of out of time. Lewis gets tied up. Stoppage time is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort and Hotel, and a card comes out. It's Diego Pepe, shown yellow. Derek Waldeck, ready to boot this ahead. Waldeck lifts it on. Waldeck's ball headed, and Garcia guides it out for a goal kick. Lee Viedman has led Spokane Velocity to this remarkable start to the season. 8-1-4, unbeaten in 11 straight. And his Velocity side keep this run alive. Popped ahead. Pepe races under it. And Mirancio gets there first. On the flip side, it's a Texoma side unbeaten in 6 straight. After going winless in the first 7. Enormous credit due to the Texoma coaching staff led by Adrian Forbes. And Spengler takes it away. Pepe knocks it wide. McCormick surges. McCormick drives it central to Baker. Got a toe on it and nothing more than that. Booted long. And settled by Perkins. Brought in by John Brown. Wide for Hill. Luis Hill sends it central. And Brett couldn't hang on to it. Had it knocked away, but he does win a corner. Spokane Velocity scored a goal in first half stoppage time. Will history repeat itself in the second half? It's an ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. Luis Hill from the corner flag. Ryan Farrell first, making his way towards the 4th official. And Ben Clarvis has been shown yellow. Andre Lewis also picked up a yellow from Spokane Velocity. Ben Clarvis, the acting head coach today, shown yellow. Corner kick in the final moments. Hill skies it in. Garcia brings it in. Bombs it ahead. A mad dash for it. McCormick gets there. Waiting for assistance. Spengler on the charge. Spengler wide for McCormick. Spengler again. Spengler pops it in. And it's tapped out for a corner. Mirancio got his paw on it. And a corner coming for Texoma. Final seconds of this one. Ozzy Ramos will saunter to the corner flag. An ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. Can Texoma deliver the decisive blow in the dying moments? Ball in from Ramos towards the back stick. Chavez gets a head on it, nodded away. And Lewis clears it. How much more time will we have? A down player. Oh, check that. There was a stoppage. And it is Derek Waldeck who was shown yellow. How much more time is there? Launched ahead. Battle for it. And a throw for Texoma. I've had a few cards that have stopped play in stoppage time. And that's it. The unbeaten streaks live on. 12 in a row for Spokane Velocity, 7 straight for Texoma. Velocity and Los Pajaros will leave Spokane with a point apiece. 1-1 the final in this much anticipated battle of surging squads. Nil Vignals, the goal in first half stoppage time. And Maciek Bortniczuk, the leveler in the 64th. And 1-1 is the final score. We'll step aside and put a bow on things after this with highlights and stats. 1-1 the final here from Spokane on ESPN+.
De vez en cuando, todos queremos soltarnos. Solo necesitamos un poco de ayuda. Conozca Un Poco de Ayuda. El Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition 2024. Pasa por cualquier terreno para que puedas darlo todo. Obtén una gran oferta en una Bronco Sport hoy mismo. Arrienda una Bronco Sport Wild Edition por $339 al mes por 36 meses o cómpralo con 3.9 por 36 y obtén $2,000 de bono Wild.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too. For part 2 of their inaugural season, you could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
What a match it was. 1-1's the final. The unbeaten streaks, plural, live on. 12 in a row in league play for Spokane Velocity, 7 in a row in league play for Texoma. Velocity remain atop the table with the results. And again, 1-1 the final score here from Spokane, Washington. Let's roll. Look at our final match statistics. Velocity +4 in shots, but Texoma +3 in shots on target. It's what this Texoma side has done. They've been so efficient with chances, making them into good chances and scoring goals off those chances. Possession, as expected, dominated by Spokane Velocity. Corner kicks as well. And Texoma very physical in this one. 5 yellow cards to just 1 for Spokane Velocity. Spokane Velocity remains atop the table. They've been in that spot since May 4th. And Lee Wiedman's side show no signs of slowing down. Meanwhile, Texoma unbeaten for 7 straight matches. A remarkable turnaround for Texoma, and the unbeaten runs for Spokane Velocity and Texoma continue. For our entire fantastic crew, I'm John Brose saying so long. This has been USL League One on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.